If we had to come in here, we could do the sports one because at least NFL has the free agency going, and we can talk about. But he said I'll be available tomorrow, and I texted him this morning. Hey, you want to come by later today, like late afternoon? And then I was like, oh, I just got times from everybody else, so like late afternoon, evening, no response. I'm not going to triple text them. I double text them, not send a third text.
Never do triple. That's the kill.
But yeah, I say we just do another grievance episode, and I'm going to look back at the grievances I sent in our group chat because those are actually pretty good.
I gotta think of some grievances.
Yeah. I'm sure once we start, it'll get going.
It always goes so long, too.
It does. Once you start, you can't stop.
It's like, oh, it's this dude!
This loves me too. Oh, wait, hold on. Nope, that wasn't a grievance. Hold on. Nope, that's random pictures that we have. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what I'll start off with one before.
So Victoria's moving to New York?
Oh, what?
Victoria's moving to New York?
She already moved to New York.
Oh.
Apparently her family's from New York, which I had no idea.
That already happened, okay.
And she's only going to be there for a little while, apparently.
Yeah, is it like for work or?
Something like that, yeah. And then she was supposed to be here for her birthday.
Yeah. I also didn't know she was 29.
Oh, that's actually another. Me neither. She's a year older
Yeah.
Alright, I'll start with. I have two. Oh, that was a good grievance too. I've had other grievances since then. Alright, so awkward cold open as always. It is me and Antrovio.
Yay, we back.
After a brief hiatus. New studio. This is the first SqwadCast in the new studio. This is the second overall one we've done. We did one Sports Squad one where we did NFL predictions for the playoffs. So that's how long it's been.
Was I there for that one?
No, just me, Calvin.
Okay, I was like...
I think I invited you to that one and you had something going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was literally just me and Calvin.
Okay.
And then we haven't done any since. So we're kind of getting back into it. So we are just kind of... mainly focusing on what's made us famous. That is the airing of the grievances.
Hell yeah.
That we unabashedly stole from Seinfeld. So...
What's Seinfeld? For copyright purposes. Claim plausible deniability and we're good.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few. Alright, cool. I have some stuff. First one is in my profession. My second job next to SqwadCast. I work with the youth, and the accessibility of parents is just too much for me. Mm-hmm. And we had interims a few weeks ago. We are in a current state where nothing's going on, but we had interims about a month ago, I would say, and it's only the halfway mark of the marking period. It's not even their final grade, and I'm split between two schools. Give some background information. One school, I am long-term subbing / I should just have the job by now because 2 years in a row their teacher bailed under serious circumstances. So I did not have access to that grade book until 3 days before terms were due. So I could only get one grade in on that case. My other school, I did have access because I'm there all the time, and I was only able to get one grade in because I did a 2-week unit. You know, you start with one, get one the other. I put grades in after the interim was due, so their card said something that was different. And I got multiple emails from parents saying, my grades is too low. My kid is much better than this. Blah, 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 blah. So with my one school, I did say, I was like, hey, I was only able to get one grade in. It's the circumstances, and parents were like, cool, no worries. My other school, not so much. They were very like, whoa, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And one parent actually said, can you give the test again? And I was like, no, that's not how it works. You don't get a test again. You do what you do on the test. I gave them what I expected. What I expected was written on the board, so at any time they could have went to the whiteboard and just said, oh, I need to do these 6 things, or I need to do these 5 things, and do them, And that's it. And they did it. Some only got 3 out of 5. Some only got 5 out of 6. Because I had different units for different schools. And parents were just like, my kid is so much better than this. They're usually an A student. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's not even your final grade. It's 1 grade in the integral. It's not even your overall grade because your overall grade is a lot higher. Like, 1 grade in the integral. And immediate emails coming. Immediate. So I'm not gonna try to fix it because, like, at this point, we can, if we close off that accessibility, parents would go crazy.
Oh, they would, like spontaneously combust and blow up.
Yeah, but now it's just we gotta deal with them. And I did fine my first 2 marking periods, but this third one, for some reason, parents were just on me, and I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. Your kid only did like 3 out of 6. Sorry. And in one case, I actually put in the grades wrong. I did out of 10 instead of out of 6. Mm-hmm. And it was my mistake. I explained that to the parents. I explained it to the kids. 1 kid still got 3 out of 6. And I was just like, I'm not fixing it again. Like, it's not my fault. You got a 3 out of 6. When I said, these are the 6 things I'm looking for. So, yeah, parents just need to be a little more like, well, you messed up, kid. Like,
no, because in this day and age, everybody's kid is special. Everybody's kid does nothing wrong. And it's just like, no, like, your kid fucks up a lot because they're a kid. And that's what kids do. Like,
well, my coworker put it best. That he was like, I just want to tell these parents getting a low grade in PE in 5th grade isn't going to stop them from getting into Harvard. Like,
literally. It's PE, they're super young.
Yeah.
No one's going to be like, wow, you had a 4.0 in high school. All honors. But I see here that in 5th grade, you got a B- in gym.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, we're not taking you. Like, what? Relax.
Yeah.
But I feel like it must be because, like, PE is, like, not as hard as other classes in some people's eyes. Then it's like, oh, well, like, because it's so easy, they should be getting a good grade, so it must be something you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, that is the second part of it.
It's like, no, like, it's not that. It's the fact that, hey, guess what? Your kid might suck or might not be athletic or whatever. Okay.
And it's
your kid can be the issue.
Not being athletic. It's just like...
Or just not listening.
Like, I did a soccer unit in my one school, and I said these were things I'm looking for. They had to kick the ball, and they had to use... The county curriculum says... in 2nd grade, they need to do at least 3 out of the 5 things, I think it was. And some kids only did 2 or 3, but if they did 3, they still got all of them, you know? And in 4th grade, they had to do 5. And I said, like, I'm not expecting you to kick it with accuracy at a goal, literally just kick it at a wall, and I'm looking at your technique. And some parents were like, oh, well, they're pretty good at soccer. I've seen them kick a ball. They can kick a ball. I'm like, but are they doing what the county is asking us to look for? Like, and you don't know that because you're not in my position. Like, so.
But they can kick a ball. Yeah, but not this way. But they can kick a ball. Cool. But not this way. It's like, they're so dumb.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's my first grievance. I haven't had to deal with parents for a little while, though. So, yeah.
My first grievance is all of the people that were on the beaches in Florida. And here's
my parents were 2 of those people.
Like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I don't like that.
Well,
this man, I was like, why were you on the beach? He's like, well, we were staying back. We were behind the umbrella line. We were staying away from the spring breakers. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because as we know, in this time, we're supposed to be practicing social distancing, not going out in big crowds, keeping everybody safe, right? They just didn't do that.
They literally just flat out ignored it.
And I feel like if you don't want to listen to it, okay. But, like, what we know is that, like, the 2 populations highest at risk for, like, lethal case are the elderly and who with the underlying condition. What majority of people are in Florida? The elderly! Literally a state full of people that you could just kill just by passing it on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you guys doing? Fucking spring breakers. And but no, I was just like, wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
But also, it's like very Florida of them though, so
that's what I was saying.
I shouldn't even be surprised.
I said to my one roommate when we were talking, I'm like, of course it's Florida. I'm messing with everything.
Of course it's Florida. But
yeah, and people suck. They're not. My dad said Florida, like, once they left Florida, though, they were supposed to be in Florida for 3 weeks. They were going for spring training, and then they were visiting friends. And they were actually supposed to be at Miami for opening day for baseball. Yeah, so they were like, well, maybe we'll still see friends, and then everything kind of happened, and they saw reports and stuff. But they're like, in Florida, they didn't start shutting down restaurants or anything until later on.
And apparently, like the locals had to shut down the beaches, but like, how? Like, in my mind, I'm picturing them forming like a chain link of people, like standing in front.
Right.
Because otherwise, I don't know how a community closes down the beach, or like you put a bunch of stuff. Like, I literally don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
I just found that very funny.
But yeah, people. And something else. Oh yeah. All right. Other grievance. This would be. We might do questions at the end. Alright. Okay. Sounds a little echoey, but I can fix that in post.
I actually think that sounds kind of cool. Cool.
Second grievance is when I am telling something, not even a full story, just something, and people interrupt me with a full story of their own. And I'm just like, dude, I literally just said one sentence, and
it makes me want to put hands on people.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking, and I mentioned that one of my teacher friends really doesn't like teaching. She started off bad and is trying to get into something else, and she's not trying to stay in teaching. She's literally she already accepted the fact that she hates it and she wants to get into something else. Mm-hmm. And I literally started off by saying, oh, well, one of my friends really just like hates teaching. She's been at it for like 5 years now and she just hates it. And my friend goes, well, my advice to her would be to do this, do that, because from my experience, I probably should have started my job later or earlier, because I didn't really like my first 2 jobs. I'm like, did I ask? Did I ask? And it had, like, a few people do it. Some are, like, known for it. I had friends in college who did that all the time. I literally start off by saying something, and then he'd go into a rant, and then he'd be like, oh, wait, what were you saying? Let's get back to what you're saying. I was like, well, if you didn't cut me off 2 sentences in, you would know where the story was going.
Sorry, your forlorn soliloquy got us lost, right? But that's on you.
Yeah, like, every conversation I had with my friend in college was like that. I was just like, it's only you that I noticed this happening with. Like, my friends listen and then they say what they have to say. But he would try to make jokes, or he'd say his own stories relating to the one thing I said. I'm just like, just shut up. Because now I gotta go back to what I said. I gotta set everything back up again because we forgot what was happening. But yeah.
What a jabroni.
No, we are no longer friends. Not for that reason. Our former editor.
Okay. I'm like, wait, that was a big shift.
No, our former editor was like that.
Do I have another grievance? I feel like I have to.
I feel like I had one others. If not, we can just talk for a little while. Oh, sorry. I posted a thing on Reddit. I like posting things on Reddit just to see how people respond.
Of course.
Alright.
Okay.
And the responses, like, people get into their own. Yeah, people get so fragile on the internet.
Oh,
they get downvoted and then they like edit their response. They're like, edit. What? I'm in the right. You guys are all wrong. Like, come on.
People like the social justice warriors of them. I'm like those people.
Yeah, they're like too far that way.
And then like they don't realize that like by attacking somebody to like a certain point, like they're literally what they're advocating against.
Chris D'Elia said it best, yeah.
Like literally, that's crazy. I hate these people.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia, because he's in the acting biz as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's mainly comedy and stuff, but he does some acting. And he said so many people come out on like Twitter and Tumblr, and they're like, "Well, this Asian character can only be played by an Asian," or this like fictional character can only be played by the same person or race, and they're like, well, if only this race can do this race, and only that race can do that race, then that's segregating. Like, then you can only do certain things, and that's what you're gonna, especially fictional characters. That drives me up a wall. Like historical characters, yes, because you don't want a white guy playing a black leader or a black guy playing an Asian leader.
Are you talking like book to movie adaptations
or like real life? If we made a movie about Genghis Khan and we had like Morgan Freeman playing him, that'd be kind of weird. But like fictional characters, when it's an original screenplay and there's no set and the race or gender doesn't have to do with the story, then just cast anyone you want. Like SJWs, man. There's a Reddit called Tumblr in Action. Oh, it's hilarious. It is so funny. Sometimes I don't even understand what they say because they post things and they're like, "What does this even mean?"
And the Reddit page is about what? Just
extreme like SJWs and extreme feminism and extreme.
And it's called what now?
r/Tumblr in Action, and the entire page is making fun of Tumblr.
I'm about to troll. So what do you say? r/what?
Tumblr in Action. It's so funny. r/Tumblr is also hilarious because they take the best of Tumblr, but r/Tumblr in Action is just
wow.
It's a gold mine. It is so the things people say.
I am so excited to troll now.
I can pull some things up right now. Reddit's being dumb. I hate Reddit. Oh, here's one I was actually just thinking about the other day. Due to the current situation, I have been playing a lot of online video games.
As one does.
And people online suck. They think you need to be an expert.
Of course.
Immediately at your thing, at whatever game you're playing, and then instead of helping or whatever, they're just like, get it together or else I'm quitting or something like that. I play Rocket League and I play Overwatch. Overwatch is pretty bad because Overwatch is like, what do you mean you're not like a expert level at every single character?
Yeah.
I'm like, there's 30 characters. Like if I'm trying a new character, I'm gonna be pretty bad at it. And I'm not doing like competitive. I'm doing like quick play or like practice rounds. And people are just like, well, what are you doing with it? Why don't you do that instead? Like that's what we're trying. Like because I don't know yet. It's all different characters. They all have different skills. I'm trying to learn different characters. Just accept the fact that I haven't been playing this game every day for 4 years since it came out. I almost ran out of breath when I was doing that.
Most people are super annoying.
Oh, am I not subscribed? I have to be subscribed. There it is. Oh yeah, here we go. Somebody tweeted, the year is 1994. Pitch me Friends. Right? And that's fine. That could be a lot of funny responses. The response that they're making fun of, do you like transphobia? Boy, do I have the show for you.
What?
I don't even. When was there a transphobia
That's what I'm
episode in Friends? Like, I'm not that big of a Friends fan.
I'm trying to think.
But like, I can't even think of a moment. Like the IT crowd did a transgender joke more recently. They did a joke like years after Friends was off the air. Like
I don't even remember.
Oh, I forgot Sanity Sunday. I need to find. I'll do top of all time. Oh, every week they do Sanity Sunday where people call out these people on their bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the posts. All right, top all time. Here we go.
That's silly.
Person number 1, if you are white, you can't speak Spanish. Person 2, are you familiar with the entire country of Spain? But that's what this subreddit is. If you're white, you can't speak Spanish. What? Sorry, I can't learn a different language. Sorry.
See, those people that just piss me off. Because in the words of the great Obi-Wan, you become the very thing you meant to destroy. Like, the whole country of Spain. That's good. It's so accurate.
This person has a gallon of water in a college class, and the person tweeted, they brought a jug of water to class and it's drinking out of it. I hate college and I hate white people.
That's not a white thing.
What?
That's like a gym rat thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a gym rat thing. I had a kid in my college. Well, my college, he was in my major. He was a couple years ahead of me, so I only got a couple classes with him every day. He had a gallon of water.
I feel like it's
like, how much water are you drinking, dude?
It's so not like some people I believe like do it so they like genuinely know what a gallon is. But I feel like most of them is like, oh, it shows I'm hydrated, I'm fucking fit, bro, and I'm fucking carrying this fucking jug of water. And I'm just like, I hate all of you people.
Sorry, Matt Riddle. I just love Matt Riddle. I did have a few wrestling things, but I guess I can say them here. I'm not a fan. So WWE does the Hall of Fame every year. And they are putting in Jushin Thunder Liger this year. Who is a very well-known Japanese wrestler. And he's done just about everything in Japan. He had one match at a TakeOver a few years ago. And he did a few things in WCW. And my theory is that WWE takes the Hall of Fame seriously. Right? They do the thing, they do the ceremony the night before WrestleMania. They show them off at WrestleMania. They do all this stuff. It's a black tie affair. They give them rings. There's no actual Hall of Fame, but they're like, this is a legit thing. I don't think he should be in because he did more for Japan than he has WWE. He hasn't done much for WWE. He had that one match at TakeOver, and he did a few things for WCW. But he's a Japanese guy. If there's a Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, yes. But this is the WWE Hall of Fame, and I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like, you don't take a Japanese baseball player and put him in the MLB Hall of Fame unless he has a good MLB career. Mm-hmm. You know, so I said that on Reddit and got downvoted to oblivion.
But I also feel like they are kind of lenient with the Hall of Fame too. Like Mike Tyson is in it.
Yeah, they always. I think they
Like,
should
I
go
feel
all
like-
the way. They should either take it as a serious thing or just say, "Hey, this is just a joke." So that's part of it too. Yeah, Mike Tyson is in it. Drew Carey's in it.
Because like
Our president is in it.
Because like based on that situation,
Yeah,
like that wouldn't have been terrible. Like based on who everybody else who made it, like.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone like this is like old school guy like from the '60s who won like 20 matches in a row like for that time. Okay, and then it's like, hey, yeah, Donald Trump got his head shaved, Hall of Fame. Like no,
yeah. Well, to be fair, Donald Trump shaved next.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Back with the manga.
2007.
And
What a
Bobby,
year.
And Bobby Lashley's first thing.
What a year. Good old wrestling. That's crazy what's going on with WWE right now. Doing WrestleMania and the PC, they're taping matches. You can go to air them after the fact. They're taping matches this week to show a week from now.
For WrestleMania.
Yeah. And it's going to be 2 nights. And yeah.
At least do like a live.
Yeah, at least do
show
it live in front of
and
everybody.
like somewhere. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it's a weird situation. Apparently, they wanted to do an empty stadium in the Buccaneer Stadium, which is where it was, and then they apparently opened it up to testing. So they were like, "You can't even do it if you wanted to," which is good. I get like you have a football stadium open for testing, get a bunch of people in, but it kind of sucks that WrestleMania of all things, and you can't really postpone. I did a video about this. Check out the wrestling videos. That you can't really postpone WrestleMania. Like you can postpone the MLB season, and they can deal with the NBA and NHL. If you postpone WrestleMania to the summer, then you're running into SummerSlam, and then it's a monthly pay-per-view and it's a weekly show. You know, like you can't
And then
really
also
postpone it longer than it can.
that, and then also like that venue like booked for like that night. So if it's like a sports arena, now you're going into that team season, and it'll mess up. It'd be a whole mess.
Yeah, I mean, like it's in NFL, but I mean, takeovers at the arena. They usually do takeover at the neighboring arena. So whatever the Tampa Bay arena is,
I don't know the name
Is
because it's irrelevant. But I bet you I'll know by the end of this football season because it'll be on primetime so much. Tom Brady to the Bucs on a 2-year deal. I didn't even know it was 2 years. I thought it was only 1 year. 2-year deal. So, okay,
We can venture into the sports card if we need to.
What do you think they're going to do with Jameis?
They're trying to trade him, aren't they? He's
not. I haven't heard anything.
He's not like a rookie quarterback who struggled. You bring in Tom Brady for 2 years and then he goes. Jameis has been in for 7 years?
Same as
5 years?
Mariota, so however long he's been.
Yeah, it's you can't. You trade him. You do something. I thought he was already traded or released or something because he gave a thank you note to Tampa.
I know.
Thank you because I know I'm leaving soon.
I know it was at end of his contract, I think, or because I don't remember when him and Mariota came into the league, but it's either real close or this was it.
I think it was 2014.
Actually, no, I'm pretty sure that
I don't think it was 2015.
Yeah. I think they had option to resign him this year.
Instead they go out and get Tom Brady.
2 years, yeah. I don't understand though. This report came out about him getting corrective eye surgery. Was he just blind this whole time?
Brady?
Jameis.
Oh, I was like, what?
No. Jameis. Was he blind this whole time?
Again, that had to have been seen. You take NFL has in-depth physicals.
And that's what I'm saying.
You don't get, maybe at Florida State you could have gotten by, but as soon as you enter the draft, they're gonna do stuff at the combine and the scout, and when you sign with the team, they do a physical, and every time you sign a new deal, you get a physical.
He got corrected by us, or he's like, "Hey, yo, I can see now." I'm just like, what? You're throwing 30 and 30 when you're blind. What are you about to do now that you can see?
40 and 40.
And I saw a few memes. He's like, "There's always been another linebacker there." He just owes to linebackers exclusively. Oh man!
I don't know. The NFL free agency was crazy this year.
Oh my God!
Eagles let Malcolm Jenkins go. That was crazy. He's back with the Saints.
Cut Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley got cut. That's insane.
DeAndre Hopkins just got traded out of nowhere.
Just got traded for. Dude, everybody except the Texans realizes that's such a stupid move.
Literally, they don't want to win.
They don't. They're yeah.
You do not trade away an elite receiver.
Yeah, he's arguably the best because of the quarterbacks who's passing to him, and he's still making those catches.
Oh my gosh! That shows. Hey, what do you fuck about you guys winning?
And Eagles let Corey Clement go. Local boy won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But they got they have Sanders and Boston Scott. I think that'll be a good tag team for a little while.
Sanders was balling this year.
Yeah. I love the Boston Scott memes, though. When the Eagles won the division in Week 17, they just made so many Baby Yoda memes. Because Boston Scott's only 5 seconds.
Oh, I mean, he's the Eagles running back, so of course he is.
Yeah. But Sproles retired, so.
Yeah.
And then they signed, they got Darius Slay. That'll help. Malcolm Jenkins is going to be a big hole to fill the.
Marshall Yonder retiring hurt me a lot. I was like, oh, Yonder. Because, he was the one constant on our line that I knew would not fuck up. And Ronnie Stanley now, too. Yeah, the past few years, but it was always Marshall Yonder. And then we traded Hayden Hurst. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, some trades are just
And I would have questioned it more, but, we just signed Calais Campbell for basically, a 5th-round pick. So I was like, because we switched picks way back when it came back to fruition. This was a whole thing. So based on that, I'll see what we do with these picks for Hayden Hurst. So in DaCosta we trust.
There's a free agency chart on it right now. I'm gonna try to pull up so we can see where everybody went. Some people sound the Cowboys. Good thing Calvin isn't on this episode. Cowboys are so dumb.
For a franchise and Dak.
Yeah, but he has a huge contract though. That's the thing, and he turned down what was it a $30 million deal,
which I think is pretty good deal for him.
$10 million is good for him. Dak is not good, and this is a situation.
He literally had a rookie season where the system fit him.
This is the situation where you have two legit. You see what happens with it and what happened. Some people are like, well, we'll take the gamble with the player, but we don't know how it's going to be. Oh, free agency chart. Perfect. It's the first one. So, Dak has a rookie year. He has Zeke in the backfield. He has the best offensive line in football. Mm-hmm. And they win, 12 games? They go 12-4, and I think they lost in the first round, but I lost in the second round.
They also run 70-30 ratio, so you throw that much.
So, Then Zeke gets suspended in 2017. Right? They go 4-12. You still have a solid offensive line. You still have a pretty good, not great, but good receiving core because this was before they got Amari.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They still had, Jason Witten retired in 2018, right? So they still had Jason Witten in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jason Witten, one of the best tight ends ever, and a decent, not great receiving core. They go 6-10, 4-12. They went 4-12, didn't they? I think they went 4-12.
I'm gonna trust you.
So when you don't have Zeke for 10 games and you go 4-12, you're like, well, I wonder what got us to 13 wins the year before.
Yeah.
And then it just proves that Dak isn't good. And you saw what he did. They had a chance. This past season was the greatest example of this. Literally, the Eagles needed to win their last 5 games in the division, and all the Cowboys had to do was win one, and they would have won the division,
mm-hmm.
right? And they especially needed to win the one in Philly. They didn't score a touchdown. If they win in Philly, then they win and they're in week 17, and they lost. And then they drop 40 points in the game they don't need to win because the Eagles already won. Why is Dak negotiating a $30 million deal? And why are the Cowboys, who already signed Zeke, going to put that? Hey, half our salary is going to go to 2 guys.
Because Jerry Jones is an idiot.
Oh my God.
In terms of just terrible franchises, the Cowboys need to be up there with the Knicks and the Jets, because not historically and all encompassing, obviously not, but the past 25 years they've been horribly run, and it's no end in sight because Jerry Jones is never going anywhere until he dies.
Until he dies,
and then he'll pass it to his son.
50-yard line.
And,
Yeah.
and then it'll still happen.
Yeah.
They're terribly run.
They're so bad. They really are. Alright, so I got the free agency chart out. First person I see, I'm just going to go in order of how this person made the chart. Case Keenum signed with the Browns.
Who cares?
3 years, $18 million. You're paying $18 million to a backup quarterback. Because Baker Mayfield's their starter.
Dude, the biggest finesse of all time is Chase Daniel. Hold up, you keep reading them off. I'll look for the crazy stat I'm looking for.
So I'm only doing people who signed with a different team because some people just signed a new deal.
Mm-hmm.
So not Kirk Cousins, he re-signed. Oh, Austin Hooper, tight end for the Falcons, signed with the Browns. Offensive lineman Graham Glasgow signed with the Broncos. He was on the Lions. Eagles let go Big V. Vaitai. Don't know how to say his first name, but he went to the Lions. That's gonna be tough. He was a great tackle. I don't really know tackles in linemen that well, so
same.
So Dak Prescott, franchise tag. We just went over that. Linebacker Christian Kirksey went from the Browns to the Packers. Where's Kevin when you need him?
Right.
Safety Clayton Fedadellum? DJ Dellum? I don't know. James Bradbury went from the Panthers to the Giants. Byron Jones went from the Cowboys to the Dolphins. Dolphins could be sneaky good. Especially without Brady destroying them. Even though they tend to beat the Patriots at least once a year.
I feel like the team to beat now is the Bills.
It's them. So I trust Bill Belichick, though.
Oh, 100%.
Bill Belichick.
He went from and went with Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
Who actually now was...
Well, he went 1-1 with Jacoby because Jimmy G started the first 2 games that year. He went 2-0. Jimmy G got injured that 3rd game, and then they went 1-1 with Brissett.
Oh.
But still, 3-1 with an unknown Jimmy G and Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. And Jacoby Brissett was low-key kind of balling last year.
They also went 11-5 with, what's his name?
Matt Castle.
Yep.
And everybody thought he was
Matt
good.
Castle. And thus birthed Robbie's theorem, the Matt Castle theory. One average player has a good year, and then they sign a big deal and then stick.
Yeah.
The theory has yet to be unproven. Or not proven.
Joe Flacco. I vouched for him for so long.
Marcus Mariota signed with the Raiders. So what's going on with Derek Carr or not?
Derek Carr sucks.
He does, but...
Oh, okay. I found
Do
it.
you think?
Okay.
Randall Cobb to the Texans. What?
Chase Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Notorious backup quarterback.
Yep.
Has been in the league for 11 years.
He was, I remember when he ended the draft with Cam Newton. They were like, maybe they take Chase
Yeah,
Daniels
yeah.
over Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to take Chase Daniels over to Cam Newton.
So, what do you think his stats are? If you had to just throw out a guess.
Average to below average.
Okay.
He probably, been in the year for...
So,
league for 11 years?
11 years.
Probably has 15 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not a good completion percentage.
Okay.
Probably right around 50%.
How much money do you think this man has made?
You're implying he's making more than I'm going to guess. So even if he made $10 million a year, that's $110 million.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say he made on average $5 million a year.
Okay.
Made $55 million.
So Chase Daniels has been in the league for 11 years, has thrown 218 passes, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 1,450 yards, has gotten paid $34 million.
Damn.
He is the king of doing the bare minimum and somehow getting paid big. 1,450 yards for his career and has made $34 million. That is crazy. That makes he's the biggest finesser.
He's the guy at your job who does just enough to not get fired, but not get promoted ever.
If you average that out, that's 100 yards per season as a quarterback. He's got 34.
Was he ever the starter though? Was he ever a starter?
If he
Even
was
when
a
he got
starter,
drafted?
it was for I don't know.
That's the thing.
I feel like anytime he started the first 3 quarterbacks
Mhm.
and a running back who was a QB in college got hurt and he would go in the game.
Hey man, stop hating on Greg Ward as our backup quarterback, okay?
I mean, Mark Clayton was our quarterback for a few games because McNair was out, Bowler was out, and he played some quarterback.
Good old Kyle Bowler. Kyle, I should have been a bowler.
Bowler, I barely know her.
Alright, so we got... Oh, man. Big free agent signing. Chad Henne re-signed with the Chiefs. Good old Chad Henne. Alright, so Amari Cooper re-signed with the Cowboys, but Randall Cobb signed with the Texans.
Yeah.
He has no one throwing to him now, though.
I feel like people keep...
Well, no, he has Watson. I was thinking of.
I feel like people keep thinking of Randall Cobb as that 1 year Randall Cobb. It was that 1 year.
That 1 year I had him on my fantasy.
Yeah, I had him. Joe was this guy's so good.
Dude, that fantasy lab was balling. It was my first year playing fantasy. I think it was 2012 because I haven't played in 2 seasons. I retired.
I'm too addicted.
Yeah. My receiving core was so good. I had 4. I always played my receiver in the flex because I had 4 amazing. I'm trying to think of the 4th one though. I had Randall Cobb, Larry Fitzgerald, Torrey Smith, and I had one other fantastic receiver. Marquise Colston.
Oh, that
2012 Marquise Colston,
yeah.
who is now part owner of the now non-existent Philadelphia Soul. But yeah, Marquise Colston was a part owner of the Soul.
Wait, did they disband the
The
team?
NFL died, again.
Oh, Arena Football League died?
Yeah.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, they apparently didn't make enough money this past season to do it again. So
I guess between XFL and...
yeah, I love Arena Football though. It's so crazy. But yeah, that was my receiving core. So I had a pretty good year. But I made it to the playoffs, and I think I was the 2 seed, and I faced the guy who had Adrian Peterson, and that was the year Adrian Peterson went off.
Oh,
and
had his almost record-setting season.
Yeah, and it was I think it was what's playoffs, week 14 or something, and that week he had almost 200 yards rushing again, and I think he had 2 or 3 touchdowns. And I was playing with a coworker, and I was working on a Sunday, and he just came up to me. He's like, "So I have Adrian Peterson." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "He already has me 20 points. It's the first quarter." And I'm just like, but yeah, that receiving core was so good.
My first fantasy season, I never played fantasy before, obviously. So my first pick was Peyton Manning, and it was his first year on the Broncos.
So that's a pretty solid year, though, right?
Yeah, but in
fantasy,
fantasy, like you should take like running backs and receivers first because it's more of them or something. No, it's like fewer good ones or something like that. So I was like, oh fuck, I messed up. But that was the year where he threw like 50 touchdowns. And stuff with the Broncos. I was like, what are y'all talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? So I had him. I had Jordy Nelson, which he was good as shit, but it was annoying because he would have like one 57-yard touchdown pass and then have like one pass for the rest of the game for like 5 yards. I'm like, what? And it would happen every game. It was like the next game it was up 78-yard touchdown in the first quarter. I'm like, let's go. He has 2 more catches the rest of the game. I'm like, Jordy Nelson, what are you doing? Stop that.
I remember there was a game I had Marquise Colston, and it was the Saints were playing the Monday night game. So whenever the Monday night game can be like the deciding factor, I was down by 5 points. So if Colston got a touchdown, I won. And he had no catches through the until halfway through second quarter, and it was like first or second and goal from the 2-yard line, and he just did a slant over and caught it right away. I was like, all right, cool, I won. All the stress is gone now.
That's nice. But in one game this past season, I lost by 0.1. 0.1. I almost.
That's what, 1 catch or something? Because it isn't a catch 10 yards. I don't know, it depends on your league. Because there's so many different ways to do your league.
0.1 in that league was just like 1 yard. If I had gotten 1 more yard, I would have tied or won. I was pissed.
I wish we could listen to my headphones now so I can see. So, Chase Daniels
is my new hero.
He was on the Bears, free agent, signed with the Lions. Do you know his new deal?
It was like $18 million or something.
3 years, $13.5 million.
This man
signed Chase Daniels for a $13 million deal.
He has thrown 1,450 yards in his 11-year career. He got paid $13. I don't know what is happening. What?
Yeah. So, all right. So now we got getting into it. Phillip Rivers signed with the Colts.
Yes. So
1 year deal. $5 million for 1 year deal. And Teddy Bridgewater to the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
And they basically kicked Cam out. I think he's still technically on the team, but apparently, what's his face? Matt Rule is like, no, I don't want him. But I think he's still on the team. I don't think he signed anywhere.
What if he went to New England? I feel like that'd be dirty.
That'd be so bad.
Because he can still play if he's healthy.
Oh, yeah.
He just hasn't been healthy.
Oh, the Eagles also lost Jordan Howard. He signed with the Dolphins.
Oh, okay.
2-year, $10 million deal. Vic Beasley's on the Titans now. Jason Witten signed with the Raiders.
Yeah. He
retires, comebacks, and now signed to the new team.
He's like the football guy. He just loves football so much.
He does, yeah. He can't get away from it. I'm seeing any other name I might recognize, but I don't see too many more. Oh, Sean Lee re-signed with the Cowboys on a 1-year deal. Tom Brady, Patriots to the Bucs, 2-year, $50 million deal. That's ridiculous. Oh, Florida legend, Jeff Driscoll. Malcolm Jenkins back to the Saints, and
then like Todd Gurley was cut.
Tyler Gurley was cut. That was good. Bo Allen's to the Patriots. Bo Allen, he was on the Eagles during the Super Bowl.
And then he signed with the Falcons. I think that's right.
Patriots. He was on the Bucs. He signed with the Patriots.
No, I'm talking about Todd Gurley.
Oh, Todd Gurley, yeah.
Falcons, right?
I don't know if they updated this. Oh my God, there's so many people. Well, he got traded, so this is a free agency chart. Brian Hoyer back on the Patriots.
Oh no, Todd Gurley's a free agent. Who went to?
No, Todd Gurley got traded. Or he got cut. Yeah.
Wait, so who just signed with the Falcons?
I don't know. A lot of people.
Also, they traded DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson?
Yeah, and they're only paying him $1
That's
million
so
less.
disrespectful.
You'd be like, hey, we could pay you $13 million, or we could pay David Johnson $12 million. What?
That is straight
Shell
up.
out that extra $1 million. Emmanuel Sanders is on the Saints. That's going to be a dirty team.
That receiving core is scary.
Nelson Aguilar's on the Eagles. Eagles signed Will Parks as well. I don't see anybody else I know. Eric Ebron's on the Steelers.
Yeah.
Todd Gurley did sign with the Falcons. 1 year, $6 million.
Okay, I did see that somewhere. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, because they cut Devonta Freeman.
Right, yeah.
Has he signed anywhere?
I didn't see his name.
No.
I did not see his name.
He's still a free agent. Okay. Interesting.
NFL free. At least that gave us something to talk about with everything dying and not and being on pause or postponed. At least free agency still gave us some good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
That's nice.
Yeah. At least we got something going on. I saw a thing on Reddit the other day. I forget what somewhere out. Apparently, every time Toronto won a championship, something crazy happened.
Yep, I saw that too. I saw that.
It was like they won the 93 World Series and 94 was a strike. They also won the 92 World Series. It was 2 years in a row. 94 was a strike. Toronto won basketball this year. Got postponed this year. Or basketball got postponed this year. They won the Stanley Cup, I think, 1 year. And then it was a lockout.
Yeah.
But to be fair, there was like 3 lockouts in like 15 years in the NHL. So like, I don't know how Gary Bettman still has a job. And then they won like an old school. They won the World Series, I think, in like something in like the 1800s or something.
And then like something
or like
crazy.
something, yeah.
It's
Or football. I don't know. I forget. Yeah, but every year Toronto won something.
Like terrible.
Yeah, something happened. I was like, not to bring it back to WrestleMania, but apparently Brock Lesnar and Bobby Roode may not make WrestleMania because they live in Canada. Apparently Brock Lesnar has a farm in Saskatchewan.
Okay. That doesn't make any sense at all.
It does not. Well, apparently he lives in Montana. Or not Montana, Minnesota. Montana, I think it is.
Montana's like a nobody state, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And he just has a farm in Saskatchewan.
I was about to say, like, he seems like a Montana guy, and he has something.
Yeah. Apparently, I've seen some documentaries about him. And, WWE produced documentaries. Apparently, he just loves his farm. Like, when he's, like, not wrestling, he's farming. He, like, apparently when he first came up, he, like, missed his farm and would ask to go back for, like, a couple weeks at a time and then come back. Yeah.
Wow.
Just because he, like, apparently he, like, likes, that's where he feels at home. And that's where he feels himself. But I've also heard that he, like, really gets wrestling, which I totally get. Because some people, Drew McIntyre, I think, came out and said, like, once you start to talk to him and you talk to him about wrestling, not anything else, he's, like, he knows his stuff. He knows exactly, he'll say things that you don't think about and stuff, so. That's why I like Brock Lesnar. People hate him. It's like, he's a great performer. You can't deny that. It's a shame we won't see Bobby Roode at WrestleMania, though.
Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Really looking forward to that.
Dude, Bobby Roode. Oh, God.
With
We
Lesnar,
need to start
I think...
doing wrestling podcasts.
Huh?
We need to start doing wrestling-only podcasts to go along with the video series, because I have some things to say.
I feel like the other thing with Lesnar, though, is that, like, he competes very sporadically.
Yeah.
That is annoying. Like, this guy has the belt, and you see it once every few months. Yeah. Like, come on.
I see it, and I don't I don't think so. With Brock Lesnar, I feel like he's more of an Undertaker didn't need the belt because he was the Undertaker. He was mysterious. He was crazy. He was an upper mid card. He was a main eventer, but his mystique was above the belt.
Mm-hmm.
The Fiend with Bray Wyatt was above the belt for a while until they put the belt on. But when he first debuted, it was like he doesn't need the belt. He's his own little. With Brock Lesnar, I feel like he is like a top. Like he's not a character. He's just an embellishment of who he is as a person.
Mm-hmm.
So like as him as the champion, and like he only defends it every so often, it kind of gives it a nice feel to it, but I don't know. I can see why people hate him though, but I don't know. I think once he loses this belt, I don't know how much longer he's got. Maybe he come back at the big ones in the Saudi shows.
Saudi shows?
Where I'm bracing for the Saudi shows. They're gonna keep happening.
Yeah.
8 more years.
God,
Twice
so
a year
long.
for 8 more years.
I just really wish they were just not.
Yeah, just not.
But they're going to.
But that Saudi oil / blood money.
Vincent
Kennedy McMahon. Absolutely. He's 73. Vince McMahon is like 73 years old.
Okay.
He does not seem like he's 73
at all.
Like he's
in shape.
He's in shape. He's in great shape for 73.
No, like he's like in.
Wow. He's also like still like with it. Like he's still controlling Raw and SmackDown pretty well.
Yeah.
Apparently he focuses on the XFL now. But still, like, I couldn't do what he's doing, and I'm not even 30 yet. And he's doing it at 73.
Man, it's something else.
Yeah. People hate on him, but I'm just like, you gotta give him credit for what he's doing at his age, and that he's still in control of his company.
There's only one Vincent Kennedy.
There will never be another Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Facts.
We're at 56 minutes, so unless you have any final thoughts.
Feels good to be back at it.
Yeah, be back hopefully, especially during this time. We can get more episodes out. The wrestling series is out. I've gotten a few videos. Hopefully, we can do a few videos as well. We might have to do some other things to make it work. Yeah, so we're back. Hopefully, this can be more consistent like it was. I've been seeing the Facebook memories of the old episodes. The one we did 2 years ago today was me and Kelvin, and then Robbie came in. He literally just came in and made cookies. And then he sat in the episode and ate cookies. Good old Robstifer.
What a wholesome person.
Yeah. Hopefully we're on a more consistent basis.
Is he still working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's still working. He cannot work from home. But yeah, so more episodes out, more videos out, more things out. Hopefully we do more videos. Check out the wrestling thing. We're trying to really get that going. We are also doing, SqwadCast, Sports Squad, Ring Squad, I think is the name of wrestling. I used to think it was Ringcast. And I think in a couple videos I said Ringcast. So Ring Squad. Check out Ring Squad videos. This is all on their same channel on the YouTube, but check them out. Tell your friends. Like, share, subscribe, do stuff.
Share again. And again. And again.
Tell your friends. Yeah. Awkward outro. We don't have an outro yet. We will never have an outro. Awkward outros for life. Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever. On that note, it has been mean and jovial.
Once again.
Go away, I can't stop. I can't stop them. Okay. Is that? Nope.